Hello, my name is Raneen Rehani. I'm 18. I live in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and I attend Egg Harbor Township High School. I think that young people need to be leaders in their community because if we don't do it, who else will? Unfortunately, we live in a world where we have to look up to people, and sometimes looking up to adults isn't always the best thing to do, especially as a young person, and we have to pave our own way and our own history and our future, I should say. My post-high school plans include attending Stockton University. I am planning on majoring in poli-sci, political science, and minoring in economics. I chose Stockton because in my head it's a good school, it's close by, and I'm also trying to work with the dean of the school that I'm going to attend in order to implement a curriculum for the college students to have civics, which is not a requirement. So with that being said, I'm trying to work with them to do that. My career goals are fluctuating at this point. I want to be in a federal government job like the FBI. I want to help people in a way that's not really usual, like in a psychology job you would be like a therapist. I want to be in the FBI so I can make change there where it's needed. The reason I got into activism within politics is due to the events that occurred over the summer, like the Black Lives Matter movement and things of that nature, and even the election itself and how politically divided the country is. It really struck a nerve within me, especially because I was planning on taking AP Gov my senior year. So I decided to be on a campaign with Amy Kennedy and really get involved that way, and that really pushed me to go further, and that's why I got involved in my Equity and Civics Education fellowship, which further led me to be understanding and open-minded of not only going and volunteering in a certain thing like food or clothing drives, which I have done, but get into it in a political view as well. I was honestly shocked, genuinely shocked when I was chosen, because I didn't know what set me apart from the other students that applied for the fellowship. And being chosen, I was like, this is definitely my opportunity to really make a change in my own community, because New Jersey does not have a civics requirement at all, which is very upsetting to me because I never really had a civics education in general. So being chosen, I was like, this is my opportunity to not only make a change in the fellowship, but bring the change where it's needed here in New Jersey. I see myself in a successful job where I'm not only being successful for myself, but being successful for another group of people other than myself. Meaning, I want to help people. And the way to do that is I want to continue working on campaigns. I want to continue making change where it's needed, even if that means really pushing myself and being an activist and talking for people whose voices aren't often heard. That's where I see myself in 10 years. My motivation is that students aren't heard. It's very upsetting to me when students' voices and opinions aren't really understood or even accepted, because there's a stigma around it and a stereotype that students are dumb or students aren't intelligent enough to give opinions that really matter. And the only opinions that do matter are the adults that regulate schools or regulate the community, or even people who are politicians in our community. They think that their opinion is what matters, but in reality, we are the generation that is going to take a hold of this. If it's not today, it's going to be tomorrow. We're going to be the people in charge of everything. So if our voices aren't heard, then nothing matters.